Eva, is it true that you just got back from Poland?
It is true.
And where in Poland did you go to? Warsaw?
I went to Warsaw. I went up north. Virginia.
How you doing?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, she just went to Poland. Well, great.
She's a traveler.
Well,
Central America, Eastern Europe.
So, what have you been up to?
Nothing. Running shows.
Well, you're sure to be wearing nice jackets.
Thank you.
Oh, look at this. Like you're in the same
No, the big thing we've been up to is we're returning to the concourse because the Masonic dropped the bomb on us after our last show. Oh, we forgot to tell you, we're remodeling, so we won't have any shows from January through June. And we're like, why didn't you tell us?
Well, how would you characterize the mentality of the people who run that place?
Shall we say we're disappointed with them?
Let's find what president would you say would be comparable? Is this a Woodrow Wilson kind of act or a George Bush kind of act?
Woodrow Wilson just never talked.
That was Calvin Coolidge.
Oh, you're right. That was Calvin.
No, Woodrow Wilson, he was a college professor, so he never stopped.
He was the academic guy.
Yeah.
Coolidge was the one when he died, somebody said,
how can you tell? I think it was Dorothy Parker. I think she said, how can you tell?
Good line. Very good line. So we're returning after a lot of turmoil and searching to the concourse for our march. And
so that's, what's the date?
I think 20 and 21, I'm not positive.
Okay, so it's that weekend.
If that's the weekend, that's the date.
So you're back to the concourse. Well, isn't that a great facility? I mean, that's where I always go when I'm there.
Yeah.
And so
that's where we started off in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So that does that mean you're going to have more dealers because it's a very large facility?
It's a very large facility. We'll have a few more. We are still very, very concerned and conscious and concerned about our crowd-to-dealer ratio. So the fact that we can have 400 dealers at the concourse doesn't mean we're going to.
Don't dealers buy from one another?
Yep.
Don't they kind of take care of that? You can get as many dealers as you want because you don't even need customers. Don't you just need a lot of dealers because they'll buy from one another?
If you double the number of the dealers, let me rephrase it. If you have a time like 6 or 8 years ago when the crowd went down because of eBay, and you don't cut your dealers back, all the dealers suffer, and you have what it becomes known as a lousy show. This happened with Bustamante, but don't quote me.
I can assure you I would not. So what would you say the ideal ratio or the minimum ratio would be?
I don't know. In other words, a real number doesn't matter, but if we drop 10% of our crowd, we drop 10% of our dealers.
But you don't know. But you don't know. You can know how many dealers, but you don't know what the crowd is going to be for that.
No, but we know what the crowd is for each show, and if it's going up, then we can, like we're going to do in February, we're going to have no fashion shows. So in February you're going to what? No longer will have fashion shows here, or talks, or dances.
And the reason for that is?
Additional booths. 2 reasons. One, our fashion show lady, that her doctor, she's a 2-time cancer survivor.
Is that Barbara Rush? Is that her? Deborah Rush. So Deborah Rush,
her doctor has been urging her to cut back.
I say.
And coming down here from San Francisco is quite a strain.
So how many more dealers will you be able to have as a result of making that move?
6 more booths.
6 more booths.
Just beyond the rest, the dressing rooms on this side. And one of the things that does is it helps us because everything cost-wise creeps up.
Sure.
You know how that is.
Oh, I think it doesn't creep, it lurches.
Ink, paper, in your terms. And this is not the economic climate to raise booth fees. So this lets us bring in a little bit more income and hold booth fees steady for another year, hopefully 2 years, with the additional booths.
Well, great.
So this answered Deborah's medical needs, and it answered our arithmetic needs, if you will.
So everyone is coming out okay as a result of that.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, I'm pleased to.
And we've been growing our crowd very, very slowly in spite of the downturn. I mean, a lot of shows have been dropping by 5% on their gate. We've been doing all kinds of extra effort and pushing and promoting, and we've been steadily growing, but instead of growing at 8 and 10%, we've been growing at 2 and 3%. But still, going in an upward
which would be certainly the envy of most shows these days.
Yes. And this will allow us, without damaging the average dealer gross sales, to add a few booths.